think I'm recording it now. I'll start presenting my screen as well. I started doing it now. Yeah, I said something like, I'll share a template kind of project with you people. I was looking around, I was searching for some other project which will be more suitable for you to show, and there has to be something, resource, cost, activities, all everything. And I thought like I'll add some project. There was a locally been done one of the project of mine. Then I thought like I'll add that, but resources were not available into it. So then I thought to add some more other projects. So I have currently, I'll once show you one project here. Okay. A Trent Square construction was one of the construction of building which name was in Trent Square. So this is the everything is there in this. So that is the reason why I looked for lot many things. But this is again an imported project, so lots of things might not be there available. Like some activities might be missing, or those things are there. It's just an highlighted project. That's what I told. There's not detailed plan. You have around 266 activities. That's all. Actually, the whole actual plan of this will have more than 2000 activities. So you do not get everything into it, but it's more than sufficient for you to understand how it works. And also I wanted to have something like this, so I've got it today. So you can see there is there's a WBS. We learnt about this, creating a project, WBS, and activities. Here we have cost in it. You can see the moment I click on this footing, you can see there is an resources also assigned to this. You can see how much cement, what excavator, how many excavators, why do we have 2 excavators here separately been added. I'm not sure, like we'll have to check around this. So that's what I told. There might be a lot of things into this which you will have to understand when I keep on changing. What I'll do is I'll try to share these particular things with you. Then probably you'll have more understanding. I don't know. There is some problem. I guess it's not changing. I'll look into this and I'll share with these things. I'm not sure. Okay. I'll share this template. You just use it as a template, but do not go with these numbers and all. Do not go with these cost. Do not go with these resources and all. But anyway, activities are there. You can see how it has been divided, how it is decomposed, what all the things we have. All finishing works are also there into it. So we also have durations here. The whole project has been planned for 326 days. It's 326 working days. So complete thing, everything is there into this. So right, I'll share this. I'll look into one more. I have one more project which is still ongoing. I can share that also. That has a more appropriate numbers, everything. But there will be nothing to you people to do on yourself. Then you will have to just copy it and paste. You will just have to see this and change it according to your name and the project, and then you'll have to submit it. That's what I do not want you people to do. So I'm not sharing that. Or either I would have shared 100% completed projects with you people, but again the similar problem. You will not have anything much to work on that. So if I give you this kind of projects which is not completely planned, nor it is it has lot of details, information which is required you people to understand. So this I can share. You look into this and then you can plan it on yourself. Okay, all right. So moving on, I'll just close this. I don't know where we were. Not this one, no. I think we created this one. This is where yesterday we were assigning resources, right? Yeah, this is a where activity where I was assigning the resources yesterday. So the next topic is resource analysis. Now yesterday we have learned how to create resources and then assign it to the project, or not directly to the project, but we are assigning it to the activities so that the resources are assigned to the projects. Now the next question arises: the availability of the resources, allocations, over allocations, under allocations of the resources, so on and so forth. That is what we call it as resource analysis. Very importantly, there are two things which you will have to remember whenever we plan for these activities. Just to say that I want so many people, I need so much mason, I need so much of carpenters, laborers, whatever, helper, how much ever quantity of material. What you're asking, it's just only you're requesting for it. It does not mean that you have so much. Now somewhere on this activity, when I said this, I need so much of labor on these particular dates, I am telling it well before the time. Assume there is an activity which has been scheduled after 18 months. Can be possible, right? My project is planned for 2 years. There is an activity which I am planning for, the activity which has to happen after 18 months. I am telling from so and so date to so and so date I need so much of labors. It's only requesting that I need so much of labors, right? But we also have to understand, what if we do not get so much of labors? What if we do not have so much of labors? There's always two things which you have to remember. Or I will tell you the formula first, and then I'll tell you how it works. This formula is very simple. Units per time into duration is equal to work. And anybody asks you what is work, work is nothing but units per time into duration is equal to work. Very simple. Units per time in the sense per day. Like for example, if I am talking about say 10 units is nothing but 10 labors, right? 10 labors. Now units per time it is. Per time means, for example, 10 labors working for 10 hours per day. So what we get is 100 hours. Into duration, let's say this activity is for 10 days. So what the work is equal to is 1000 hours. 10 into 10 into 10. 10 is the labor, 10 is per hour what they work, is equal to 100. So 100 into 10 days is equal to 1000. So we have 1000 hours of work for that particular activity for 10 days. That's how you will have to understand that. Okay. Now units per time into duration is equal to work is that what the work it has been calculating on these activities also. Assume, I am just having an assumption that I need 5 labors to complete this activity from 11th of July to 14th of July. Right, here it is. On this activity C, we want for 3 days from 11th to 14th. I need 5 labors per day. So total is 5 into 3 is 15. Now 15 into what is your calendar? Probably a 10 hours calendar. If it is 150 hours of work what our mason or labor has on that particular activity. Now this is only an assumptions, right? What if I could not get 5 per day? Do we get anybody, if you people have done internship into construction companies or anybody who has started working, you will come to know that getting human resources is one of the biggest challenges what we have in construction industry. Very, very difficult to get the similar people again and again, until and unless you give them a shelter, food, and keep them into your sites, or that also you do not have any security. They eat yours and probably they use your infrastructures, everything, and then next day tomorrow they'll fly anywhere else. So getting these human resources is a bigger challenge. I cannot commit you as a planning engineer. I am saying that I need 5 per day, but as a labor contractor will not commit me that he'll give me exactly 5 per day. Then what? the question arises, right? Because I say the example here is very simple, so you people might not feel that getting 5 people is not difficult. Imagine bigger projects, and I'm looking for around say 200 laborers at particular day, and not for one day. It's for say 20 days, 25 days. I need it continuously. How do I get? There's no surety, right? So what we do, what you will have to do, that's called as resource analysis. You will have to plan for it. How do we plan? Now for example, this as I told you, this activity where I have assigned 5 resource or 5 units per day, 5 into 10 is 50, that's what units per time it is. Duration is 3, so 50 into 3, that is 150 hours. So total work is of 150 hours. Now can I distribute it in this way? First day, rather than having 5, I have a 10 people already, so I'll use 10 people rather than 5. And then second day probably I'll use only 2. Then third day I'll increase again decrease. As according to the availability of the resources, I'll use them. But at the end of my third day, there has to be 150 hours. Understanding? Right now it is 50, 50, 50. Per day it is 50. But I am not sure that I'll get 50 per day. Sorry. So probably someday I might have 70 or 80 hours work done, and someday I might have only 30 or 40 hours work done, or someday I might have only 10 hours work done, based upon the availability of the resources later on. And it will directly affect, if I could not finish 150 hours in 3 days, then it will directly affect my duration of the project, if that activity is critical, of course, because in this example it is critical, so I'm telling it will affect. So how do I plan for that? One. Second instance, you will have to understand, right now what I am telling, requesting that at this particular date to this particular date I need so much of people. I'm requesting, right? I'm as a planning engineer, I'm requesting that we need so much of people. Assume your company has so much of human resources, right? They have that strength, they have that human resources right now. But who knows after 6 months what projects will be there, when and where the human resources are working. Right now I cannot commit any of the human resources. You're asking me 5, these all are the only 5 human resources which are proposed. We call these as proposed human resources. It's not approved human resources. You're just asking for it, but nobody has approved it still. Alright, so compare what it will do. It will start allocating the maximum resources what I can give, and that maximum what they say is actually committed resources. For example, for this particular human resource, there is no committed resource right now, it's only a proposed resources, but I need some commitment, minimum something I want. I should have this much at least, no matter what happens. So that's where this maximum resources availability is that what it considers. To make you understand this whole thing, I'll just close this project. Just to make you understand, I'll create one more project here. I'm creating a new project. I'm just giving a name called as leveling of resources. You can see here I have created 3 activities. The simplest way to understand this is, I have created 3 activities here: activity A, activity B, activity C. I'll just give some durations. This is I'm giving it in a round K. Okay, yeah, 3. This activity is 6. This activity is 3. The simplest example to understand. You can see this, right? Now I'll create one resource. I'll go to the resource sheet. I'll add a new resource. I'll name it as RL, or this is name, right? LABOUR. I'll call it as a labor. I'll name it as RL-01. RL is resource leveling, so I have to remember that. I'll say next, or I'll say just say finish here, and here in units and prices I can give some, say, 400 rupees per day. And most importantly, I want this column to be filled properly, so that I have only, this is 3 maximum units per time. What I have given 3 is the committed resource. Means what? I am proposing 5 probably, or whatever, 10, but here I say that maximum per day how many resource we have is only 3 per day. It's per day. Maximum I have only 3 labors available from this particular date, or whatever date. You can change this. The moment you click on this, you will find the calendar. You can change the date. For example, if I want to change this to 1st of July 2020. From this date, there's a availability of only 3 labors, right? And then I'll go to this activity to assign them. Now on this activity A, I'll add a same resource, that is RL. Yes, so I have assigned, I'm going to assign a same resource for all my 3 activities. I haven't given relationship yet. I should have given it that time itself. I'm just giving a relationships. You know what I'm trying to do, right? You can see here I have given a relationship start to start. A, B, C, all the 3 activities are start to start, are into a start to start relationship. And activity A is for 3 days, B is for 6 days, activity C is for also 3 days. Now activity B, I have given a resource. In fact, I have given the same resource and equally, 1 on A, 1 on B, 1 on C. Now I am increasing here on activity B from 1 to 2. That means I need 2 human resources on activity B, 1 on A and 1 on C. I'll repeat. I need 1 resource on activity A per day. I need 2 human resources on activity B, and on 1 resource on activity C every day, right? How many resources we have per day? Maximum how much we assigned is 3 per day, and how much we are assigning is that what we'll see. Now how do we see this? Here it's very simple, because I'm taking A, B, C and making it more simple for you people to understand, but having a bigger projects and later it is little difficult. Remember this option here on this top screen. This is called as resource usage profile, a very important tool. You'll have to remember this resource usage profile. The moment you click on this resource usage profile, you'll get this dialog box somehow like this, right? Now it is showing all the resources here in display. You can see here in display, here in this display it is showing all resources. I do not want to see all the resources because there are thousands of resources in my Primavera sheet or resource sheet. I'll filter it. I'll go to this option, filter by, I'll say all active resource or current project resource. Means the resource which is assigned only to this current project, only that resource I want to see. I'll filter it off. You can see this labor has come here, right? Now you can see this graph here. Now what this graph is telling you? What it says is maximum. You can see this is a maximum. This black line says you that it's a maximum availability, and this red lines or this red color indicates its over allocation. You can see here this is a so you can see here this is where it's a budgeted units, actual units, remaining early units, over allocated units, and limits. Black is limit. This is what the line it is. This line is also known as S curve, which I'll explain you later. This is known as early remaining units, or this is also early remaining units. Blue color is not being seen because this is not executed still. So the moment you start executing these activities or resources, you will start updating it. You will find this blue color, that's actual units. and this yellow one is budgeted, means what you have just planned, that's a budgeted units. The red is over allocated. What does this mean? Let me show this graphical representation into numbers so that it's easier for you to understand. Here you have something called as resource usage spreadsheet. It's only difference is this is called as resource usage profile, this is known as resource usage spreadsheet. Spreadsheet is an Excel spreadsheet like simply, right? So because of the calendars there's a problem. Now what has happened, now purposefully I did not change any calendar for my resource. If you have observed, I'll show you again. I'll go to this resource option. You can see this is where I have made it as MMP, but my activity has some other resource. I'll show you how to go back to the activity details. I'll show you. The moment you have there into this page, if I want to go back to my activity details page, right click on the Gantt chart, there's an option called as activity details, right? So one second, somebody is knocking again. The moment I right click on it and say activity details, I'll come back to this activity details page. Here you can see in this general, right, MMP it is, but when I go to this option called as calendars, it is also MMP. Okay, very good. Now default it is taking 8 hours per day, but what has happened here, it should have taken one resource per day, no? But it is scheduling 1.25 because of the calendar. So what I'll do, I'll change it here. You can see here I'm able to change it. This is called as assignments according to the day wise. I told you sometimes you might get full resource, you might get less resource, more resource. You cannot say that it's equal every day. Is it possible to assign a same amount of resources every day? Is it possible? It's there, I guess. Here, one second. Yeah, just a second again. Is it possible? What I was asking, what I'm asking you people is it possible that we need equal amount of resources every day? Say that I need 5 masons every day, so I'll need 5 masons only for all the 10 days. No, it's not true. Someday I need 2, someday I need 10, someday I need only 6, someday I need 8, someday I need 1, someday I do not need anybody. I need some different types of resource. So it's not equally distributed every time. It's not equally distributed every time. So you will have to do the changes. Hello? Somebody want to tell something, I guess. You can say this. The moment I start giving extra time here, you can see here it is 6 p.m, there it is 7 p.m. You can see I'm increasing the duration of the work. It was 12 p.m. in the afternoon and I'm increasing the time here to 7 p.m. again. You can see here the distribution of the work has got changed. Yes, I'll have to click here. Yeah, now you can see here I'm equally distributing for these 3 days, that is 3 3 3 3, but here it is showing 3.69 because of the calendar what has been assigned default. Now this changes here, you can see the over allocation what it was showing here, that is not there now. Why? Earlier there was showing some over allocation. No, there is no over allocation right now because there is nothing used more than 3 people per day. But if I say I need 2 human resources per day on these dates, and then again I go and show you this graph, you can see there is an over allocation coming up. You understanding? It's very simple. You have planned for 2 labors per day, not 1 labor per day for activity B. The moment I am changing that, but maximum how much we have in the resources. In resources, what we have given here is only we have 3 human resources per day, right? But in activities, 1 plus 2 plus 1 is equal to 4. Means every day I am adding 4 human resources. I am telling, I am requesting. It's not that committed again still. We have only committed is only 3. But now I am requesting that I need 4. So there is only 2 options. Either you need to get 1 more resources extra on these particular dates, or you will have to adjust with the resources what you have. Now what will happen? Now activity B, the work is of how many units of resources? You understanding? Assume this activity is for 6 days. I need 2 labors per day. I need 12 units of labors for that activity B to complete. 12. Now if I say no, I do not have resources, you will have to do it only with 6 days, 6 labors, then what will happen? Duration will increase. Yes or no? In 6 days, I need 12 units of labors to finish it. If I have to finish it in 6 days, I need 12 units of labors. But if I say that you do not have 12 because the committed resources are only 3 per day, so we will get only 12 units or 6 units in these 6 days, what will happen? Duration will increase. Either, again you have to go back to the same formula, units per time into duration. So units per time into duration is equal to work. Now what is happening? Units, if you decrease and duration, work is constant. Work you will have to whatever the work you have committed is constant. You cannot change. You cannot go back to the change of the scope. The work is constant. You will have to still construct that work what it has been given to you. Work is constant. The moment you decrease the resources, duration increases. Sometimes if you make duration as constant, increase the resources, work will also increase. Example I will try to give you. Say that there is an activity for 10 days and we have already planned to use 100 units of resources, means per day 10 resources, and totally 100 resources to do that work in 10 days. Right? Now this is constant. Units per time into duration is equal to work. Now what is happening? Let us understand. On a second day or a third day, I feel that with respect to whatever the resources we have assigned is not sufficient to finish the work in 10 days. I'll repeat. After the first day or second day or third day, whatever, or before the start of the activity only, I feel that whatever the 100 units we have assigned to finish it in 10 days is not sufficient to finish within the time. So what I'll do? Say that I'll increase another 20 labors. So now, which was planned for 100 units, now I am using 120 units to finish it in 10 days. What is increasing? Work is increasing because duration is same. 100 into 10 into 10, that's 100 into 10 it was early. Now it is 120 into 10. So what is increasing? Work is increasing. Correct? Sometimes increasing the labors, increasing the resources is not just the duration increases or decreases. It also affects the work sometime. You will have to understand this. Okay, I'll tell you the another example now. Say 10 days the work is, there are 100 people. I'll increase the resources, another 50 I'll put, not to increase the work, but this time I want to decrease the duration. Work will have to have constant. work will remain constant. I am increasing the resources not to increase the work but to decrease the duration. I'll show you. I'll make you understand this a little more. Here you can see, if in this general option, I told you that I'll explain this later, right, while showing you this activity types. There's something called as duration type. Here when you pop down this, you can see this 4 options: fixed units per time, fixed units, fixed duration units per time, and fixed duration and units. Now what do you mean by fixed units? When I say fixed units, means it's nothing but fixed work. It's nothing but fixed work, because you do not have any work here, so don't worry about it. Fixed units means say that for this activity I'll say fixed units, right? I'll explain you this. Now for this activity, how many labors we are using? So we are using totally 3 units to finish this activity in this much of days. Now if I want to finish this work, what is happening? Duration is decreasing. You can see here, duration is decreasing. I am increasing the resources per day. What I am doing? I am increasing the resources per day. You can see, if I use 3 labors per day, then this activity can be finished in 1 day itself. Vice versa. If I use only 1, it will take 3 days. Right? Why? The work is constant here, because we have made as fixed units in this case. But if I make it as fixed units, duration and units, I'll just refresh it once. I've changed this duration type to fixed duration and units, excuse me. Now when I go to the resource and I change, I'll make, rather than 1, I'll make it 2. There is no effect on the duration, but you can see there is the cost is getting increased. That means work is increasing. You can see the total units or the total resources are increasing. Duration is not getting decreased. Why? Because the moment you make it as fixed duration and units, means here the duration is also fixed, as well as the units per day is also fixed. So the moment you increase, it is affecting the work, right? The only thing which is not fixed here is work. Here the duration is fixed and the number of resources what we are applying is also fixed. So the moment I change the resources, what is increasing? It is increasing the work. But I'll show you again. I'll make this as 1, so that it is 3. Now again I'll go to this general option. I'll change this to fixed units, right? Now again I'll come back to the resource and I'll increase. This time you can see that it will, if the moment I make it as 3 per day, this is not changing, this is remaining 3 only. What it changed? Instead it is changing the duration. You can see here the duration has got changed. The duration of an activity is getting changed. It became 1, which was 3 early. You understanding? Resource analysis is very important, very important. You will have to understand there can be 2 possibilities. Either the resource can be over allocated, or a resource can also be under allocated. Under allocation of the resource is also not good. That means you have 10 people but you can give only the work for 5. What will other 5 will do? Anyway you have to pay their salaries, anyway you have to pay their expenses. No matter if they have come to the site not doing anything, also still you have to pay at the end of the day. How do I use them? And where do I use it? And how it will impact? That is very important. So what do you want to increase? Either increasing the resources, it will increase the work, or increasing the resources, duration will decrease. What do you want? Why you are increasing the resources, is that what you have to understand. If the work is not completing on time, so you are increasing resources, that means your work will increase. But you are increasing the resources to cut down the time, that is duration. That means duration has to be decreasing and the work has to be constant. So you have to change that according to your requirement. That is what these two are, fixed units and fixed duration and units. Now let's understand other two. This is not much difference. It's pretty similar that what we have discussed till now. When I say fixed units per time means I told you that 10 laborers for 10 hours per day, right? I told 10 laborers 10 hours per day. Now what if I make 10 laborers work for 12 hours per day for the still 10 days? 10 into 12 into 10, right? So 120 into 10 is, that's what 1200 hours work it will come. Earlier it was 1000. Now because you have started working 2 hours per day, 2 hours extra per day for each human resources. We have 10 laborers, everybody started working OT, we started working overtime 2 hours per day. So the total work has become 1200 hours. Work will increase if you make this as fixed duration and units per time. But if you increase the calendar or a work time or overtime and still you increase the per time, here in this case also the work will remain constant and duration decreases with respect to the amount of work which you have done extra. I'll repeat. If you make this as fixed duration and units per time and increase the per day hour, per time it is, per time means per day. Per day, earlier it was planned to work for 10 hours per day, now you are making it to work as 12 hours per day. That extra 2 hours what you work, if you select it as fixed duration and units per time, then the total work hour will increase. But when you make it as fixed units per time and then increase the per day, that is overtime if you do, then duration decreases, it will not increase the work. That's what the meaning of these four are. Very, very important. Resource analysis, in that it's very important. Now I'll just make it again as it was early. Right. Now this is a overallocation. Overallocation is always a problem. Overallocation is not good. We'll have to resolve this problem. We'll have to make sure that the overallocation will be resolved and the underallocation will, or allocation of the resources will happen properly. So there is a problem here. How do we resolve this problem is that what we have to see. There is two ways of resolving this problem. What we call it as a manual leveling and automatic leveling. Manual leveling has again 4 different types of manual leveling into it. It is usually known as crushing, crunching, splitting and resource adjustment. I'll repeat, it is known as crushing, crunching, splitting and resource adjustment. Very simple to understand, as it's the name itself tells you what it is. Crushing is also what we have learned it as crashing the time. Crashing the time is nothing but a crushing of resources. So just now what example I showed you, that is also one of the possibility of what you can do. So as you know, so this, how do I solve this problem is that what I'll show you now. I'll go to this activity details again. Now there is a overallocation of resource. Overallocation means you have only 3 resources, but what you're asking for is you are asking for 4 labors per day. I'll repeat, availability of resources are only 3 per day, but what we are asking for, or what we are requesting for resources is 4 per day, which is not available. So how I have to change my plan now. I cannot work it in that way because resource is not available. If you want to work it in this way, then your project is going to be delayed for sure. Now committed resources are only 3, so I'll have to change. Now how do I change that is the question. Now first I'll go to this activity A to do some changes. I'll make it as fixed units because my work has to be constant. I do not want to touch anything to my work, and anyway I have 3 labors per day, right? Oh, there is no resource here. Yeah, so I'll put all my 3 labors per day on the first day itself. You can see here I'm putting all my 3 labors, and then on activity B Anyway, I have 3 labors per day, so I'll put all my 3 labors here also and here also. Now the problem is, I just did a mistake here. I have to do this 3, but when I come to activity B, I did not make it as fixed unit, so it did not change. So I'll make it as fixed unit before I do the changes, and then I go to the resource. Here I'll assign 3 labors, and here also I'll assign 3 labors. Before that, again I'll have to change to fixed units. So I'm making it as fixed unit for all the 3 resources or all the 3 activities, because I do not want to change the anything into my activities. So I made it fixed. Sorry, here I have to make it 6. Yeah, I need 2 resources per day, so yeah. Alright, so this is correct. Now what I want is, anyway this is over allocated because we do not have so much of resources per day, so it is over allocated for sure. So we'll come back. What we can do is, we can change the relationship of these activities from start to finish to start, because you know what we have 3 labors per day, right? So I'm assigning all 3 labors on activity A, all 3 labors on activity B, all 3 labors on activity C per day. Getting my point? We are just adding all the resources per day. Just to make you understand, if you want to see this, why it is happening it in that way, it's 10 hours per day here, but when we go to time periods, it is 8 hours. So that's the reason why it is showing you in that way. I'll just remove the problem itself so that you will have a better understanding now. So yeah, this is how it works. So now the project will get finished in 5 days, or whatever the number of days you have assigned. This could take 4 days. In fact, your project will get finished in 6 days still. But what we are doing now, we have shared the similar resource. You can see here, there is no over allocation anyway. Why we do not have over allocations? Because we have shared that particular resource. We have only 3 labors per day. So what I'm putting all my labors to activity A and finishing it in 1 day, as it was 3 days resource, right? Per day I have planned initially for one labor per day. For 3 days it is 3 labors. So now what I'm doing, I'm putting all my 3 labors on 1 day and I'm finishing it in 1 day. Similarly, this activity which I had planned for 6 days, 2 labors per day, now I am putting 3 labors per day and I am finishing it in 4 days rather than taking 6 days. And then this activity I am finishing in 1 day. So what is happening now? This whole project is still finishing in 6 days with the allocation of the resource properly. There is no over allocation problem to this activity. So either you can do it in this way if your projects allows you to change the relationships. If your project allows you to change the relationship, you can do this. But most of the time, or many of the time, it's impossible to do. You cannot change the relationships. It has to be start to start only. Then what? I'll say you cannot change the relationship no matter you have resources, you do not have resources. I'm okay to increase the duration of the project, but I'll not allow you to change the relationships. It cannot. It's mandatory that it has to be start to start only. Then what? Let me do the settings again as it was early. Let me change it again as it was early. I'll make it as fixed duration units. I'll go to the resources, I'll make this as 1 again, and I'll come back to the duration to give it of 1. Yeah, it's all perfectly fine now. Right, just taking 1 because of duration. Right, I'll change this to 3. Yes, just a second, I'll just change these things. Alright, so now this is what it is. You can see here it is. What happened again? 2.4 units again. Oh, duration I have to change. Alright, so now, yeah. Right, so now it is start to start relationships. Again, you can see there is an over allocation there on all the 3 days, right? Maximum what we have is this much, and over allocation is this much on each and every day, because we have only 3 on Wednesday, 3 on Thursday, and 3 on Friday, but what we have allocated is 4, 4, 4, right? Here 1, here 2, and here 1. On activity A, I have assigned 1. On activity B, I have assigned 2. And activity C, I have assigned 1. So 1 plus 2 plus 1 is 4. So on Wednesday it is 4. Thursday it is 4. Friday it is 4. But what we have is only 3. So there is something called as crunching, which you can do, if not crushing. First example what we saw was crashing or crushing the resource or crashing the duration. So what I'll do, I'll go to this option called as resource profile sheet. However I want. For example, what I'll do. Oh, I have made as 1 second. Activity A, it's a fixed unit, so I'll change it to the fixed units and durations. I'm changing it, right? I'll have to change it here also. Right, now this is proper. Now you can see here it's 1 2 1 1 2 1 1 2 1. You can see on Wednesday I need 4 labors, Thursday 4 labors, Friday 4 labors, but what we have is only 3. So what I will do, and there's another constraint that all the 3 activities has to be started simultaneously, right, on a same day, start to start relationship. So what you can do, either you can start it by using 1 1 here, or you can make somewhere 0 and then make 1. For example, on activity A, B, C will start simultaneously on a day 1, and as the day progresses or the work progresses, somewhere I'll give a halt. I'll say that there's no work will be done for activity C on these days, and then I'll assign that amount of work here. Can you see this? Where these 2 days, that's these 2 labors which has been assigned on this Thursday, Friday, I'm delaying it here. You can see it's 3 3 3. In fact it is 2 here. I can drag it 1 here. Let me put it here. That is 3 days activity, right? So this is 3 days and this is 3 days, right? So I'll finish my activity A. There's something mistake, I guess. 1 second. Here it should be. So yeah, this is 3, this is 3. This is correct now, because we have used 1 here. Yeah, 1 hour somewhere it is. We have to do 3 here, right? Guys, please understand. I was a little confused. I have made this 1 here, so that 1 has to be added somewhere here, right? So I've added it here on this Saturday. So there will be 3 labors working. That means on Saturday, activity B is the only activity which will be executed. Activity A or nor activity C will be executed on that day. Only activity B will be executing. So on these, this is how it will go. This is how I am planning it, because of the unavailability of the resources. Earlier we had asked for 4 labors per day, but as we do not have, so I am distributing it 3 resources per day, as that what we have committed, or that what the resource has been committed to us. So we have 3 labors per day. So this is how I am distributing it. This is where you can call it as a resource crunching of the resources, or you can decrease. Another easiest way I can tell you, I'll bring it back to the normal. it was default like this. Is that what we had planned, right, initially? I'll bring it back. Why this is getting converted? Just a second. Again, this has got changed to fixed units. I'll have to remove it and make it to fixed units per day. I'll make this as 1 and I'll have to make this as 3. Yeah, that is there. Right, so now I'll go back again to the resource graph. Yeah, so what I can do, I can crunch it in this way also. I'll show you how. I'll make this as 0. Oh, where do I change it? I'll have to select it here. Yeah, I'll make it as 0.5. What do I mean by this? 0.5 means I'm asking my labor, half a day you have to work on activity A and half a day you have to work on activity C. But the work has to be constant. That means I'll have to increase the duration of the work. 0.5. If your activity you have scheduled it for 8 hours per day, I'm distributing it 4 hours. He has to work on activity A, and 4 hours he has to work on activity C. The same labor, I'm distributing it. So right, it is still same hours. You want to see it in hours. Let us see it in hours. If you want to see it in hours, go to edit, user preference. You have an option called as time and units. Here it is showing you in days. I'll make it as in hours. Let me make it as hour here, or let it be here day. Alright, you can see here it's 10 hours per day. Our calendar is 10 hours per day, so it is taking 5 hours here, 5 hours here. Automatically it is distributed. Here it is 10 hours. On this here it is 20 hours, 20 hours, 20 hours. So 10 hours we have to compensate somewhere here, and that 10 hours we are compensating it here. That means we have only one labor here, two here, two here, and one labor here. So every day the maximum what, in fact we cannot give it here. I'll have to give 0 here. Yeah, so maximum what we have per day, in fact we can give 10 here. So yeah, this is how I can distribute. So every day we have 30 hours. Why? Because we have 3 labors. So every day we have 30 hours of resource available with us. So we can do crunching. We can distribute the way we want it. This is very important. This is an iterative plan. This is a rolling wave plan. What do you mean by this? This definitely you cannot do it 18 months, 16 months or 12 months or 1 month early also, because you don't know how many of them will be available. Committed resources are not there at all. What is committed is only probably a week's of resources. You know what is available in the next week. How many of them will be available for your project? Your resource manager or your portfolio manager or your PMO office or a project management office will allocate some committed resource to you. It is known only probably 8 or 10 days early with respect to the priority or the criticality of the project. In some of the projects we come to know our committed resources just 3 or 4 days before also. In that case, what will happen? This becomes so important. How do I work with the resources which are available now? How do I distribute it without ensuring that it should not be in over allocate? There should not be any over allocation, because this is the sheet which you will have to take a printout and send it to your project manager. Your project manager has to send it to your client, and the approval has to happen from their side, because one copy has to go to the labor contractor because he has to arrange so many people on that particular day. You're committing to it. And for that, understanding of this, how it works, please remember, there's I cannot, this is only an example, so what I'm trying to show you by making it very simple. But to be very frank with you people, this is only standard what I'm trying to use, but usually what happens, it's not equal. It's neither 20 hours per day, or it's neither 30 hours per day I want. Someday I need 80 hours, someday I need 100 hours, someday I do not need at all. So according to that, you need to work on this proper resource usage spreadsheet and resource usage profile. You have to be very good with this. You can see this. There is not a single over allocation and not a single under allocation also.
I'm ensuring that all my activities will have full complete budgeted units. As a planning engineer, you will have to take care of this. Not a single resource should be empty, left empty, or should be allocated in some activity on some particular work. They will have to be engaged, and there is no question about utilizing more resources than what it is available to you. You understanding? My requirement in this project was 4 laborers per day, because I have assigned 1 on A, 2 on B and 1 on C per day. 1 plus 2 plus 1. But when I got my committed resource list, I got to know that there are only 3 resources which are committed per day. But I cannot change the total duration of the project as well. So how do I utilize that less resources now? I'll have to think about that by doing resource analysis. And for analyzing this, you need two things, which very importantly, resource usage spreadsheet and resource usage profile. Resource usage profile will tell you that how much over allocated it is, where it is under allocated, where we have to cut and where we have to put it down. On which particular days there will be few days which will be over allocated, there will be few days will be under allocated also. How do I use that resources from there and I'll put it to this place where it is under allocated? Is that what you have to think on? And this sheet with this graph, with this spreadsheet, you will have to take a printout and then probably you will have to send it as a report to get an approval of the resources on that particular. That's how the committed resources are. And similarly, the cash flow is been prepared. You understand the cash flow, right? Earlier I was prepared for having 4 people's salary on this Wednesday, 4 people's salary on Thursday, 4 of them salary on Friday. Now it has changed. Now the cash flow is completely changed, because we are not committing for 4, we are committing only for 3. We are planning it for 3. The cash flow will also change. Now it's very simple, because of 3 activity and only hundreds, 200 rupees. Imagine when it goes to the crores of money. Imagine the same thing happening for say about 40 to 50, 60 activities simultaneously. Huge, right? Try to understand this. Probably I don't know how much you have understood, but until and unless you work on this, it is not going to be easier, for sure. You'll have to come with dots. You have to ask me that, sir, I did not understand it, you explain me this again and all. I'm ready to do that, but you have to understand this. There is no other way that we will do the next topic until unless you understand this. If you are not remembering the names like crushing, crunching or splitting, I did not show you about splitting. Splitting is just split the work, that's all. On some days you can say it's off, not working on it. Something I'll make this, I'll make it 0 0 here, and I compensate that here. I'll make it here as a 10, and I'll make it as 10, and here I'll make this as 0 or 0. Still it is 30 30 30. In fact, here I have to make it as 10, because that increasing it here. You can see here I'm splitting it. First 3 days I'll finish it off A, but I have taken a gap here, and that I'll continue it here. So this is a gap, what it is called as split the activity C. It is called as splitting the C, splitting that activity. So I'm splitting it by 3 days, and then I'm finishing still on time. That means as this activity has a float, so I'm utilizing the float and then splitting the activity. This is called as splitting. Or resource adjustment. Resource adjustment is also similar. Wherever there is a availability of float, that much you can utilize the float and you can bring it to the normal. I'll show you again. I told initially that there are 2 ways, right? Either you can choose to do it manually, or you can do it automatically also. I'll show you that. Now this is what it is planned initially. There is something, here it is. This is how it is been planned. It's in hours, 4 labors, 4 labors, 4 labors, 40 hours, 40 hours, 40 hours, 20, 20, 20. That is B. Now automatic leveling is, there's an option called as tools. In this tools you have something called as level resources. Automatic leveling is there, then why I'm studying this manual leveling is, when automatically the software chooses to do it only in one single way, and that is usually we call it as a delay method. Delay method is, it will delay an activity to the availability days, or the available days when the available in the sense who is available, resource is available. Whenever the resource is available on those particular days, the activity will get delayed. That is what it will do. I'll show you. The moment you click on this level resources, there's lots of options here. I'll read it out. Automatically level the resource when the scheduling. Whenever there's a scheduling happens, the moment scheduling means the moment you give a relationships, give the duration, assign the resources. If there is any over allocation, then the leveling will happen automatically. You need not worry about it. It will not ask you, it will not show you also there is over allocation. Automatically it will level it. Consider the assignment in the other projects with a priority or equal to higher than this fine number. Means what? If the same resource is working in multiple projects, assume there is a project manager or design engineer. Best example is design or planning engineer. Now say design engineer, the same design engineer is working for 2 different projects, and on both the days this project manager says I want that particular design engineer for 8 hours here, the other person also says I want him 8 hours here. How is it possible? He can work either on this project or he can work on that project. If he start working for both the projects, then he'll not be able to give you 8 hours, or he'll have to seriously work for 16 hours to give you 8 hours per day, which is not possible. How do you distribute that? So what we do, conflict, if there is a conflict like this, then the tiebreaker is usually the priority. So if there is any equal or higher than priority, then that particular project's activity to be considered first, and then the activity which is having lesser than this number or equal to lesser than this number, that particular activities project will be delayed. Understood? Just like what we were doing. Preserve scheduled early late dates, recalculate the assignment cost after leveling if required, and then the level all the resources, or you can choose only one by one resources. We do not have multiple resources, so I'll just say level all resource here. And then if you want to preserve some amount of load, then you can preserve amount of load. You can tell your software that do not utilize the complete float. If it has 3 days of load, utilize only 2 days and give me 1 day, that is reserve. Or else what will happen, your software has a default tendency that, or the system, the programming has been done in a way where it will utilize the complete float of an activity and schedule it. I'll show you how. You can see here, now this is the condition, this is the condition of the project. You can see there is a over allocation here, and now I'll go to the tools, I'll click on level resources, not doing any changes into it. I'll just say level. You can see this here on this graph, what happened. You can see here it is still start to start, and you will not find a lag at all. If you want to see it here in the predecessor, it says 0 days lag. We haven't given any lag into relationship, but the project, as in project, the activity have got rescheduled on that particular days. You can see here where it was 10 10 10 here on these Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, it has got shifted to Saturday, Monday, Tuesday automatically. I did not do it manually. I did not do any changes, because on these 3 days the resources are not available, so it is pushing it here, delaying it here. On the days when it is available, here it was under allocated here. Early it was 20 20 20. So on Saturday, Monday, Tuesday, where it was under allocated, the activity got pushed here, and so that now it's equally allocated on all the days. This is called as resource analysis. Very important topic it is. To make you understand, I'm trying to, I'm struggling here to show you the things, how do I want it to show, but I hope you people are understanding. If you're not understanding, you let me know, or if it has to be explained again, you let me know, because very important, right? You can ask yourself these questions, how do I do this, in what way the leveling should be done. I need 10 masons on that particular day, I have only 8. How do I compensate that particular resources to complete the project within the time? Because the question is, you are not supposed to increase the total duration of the project. I'm not supposed to change this to 6 days to 7, 8 or 9. My work also have to be done within the time. But when you have lesser resources, how do I utilize the float which is available to the activities and level the resources? Is that what you have to think? And for that, what you need is these two tools. First thing is resource usage profile, to understand that where the over allocation is there and how much it is over allocated, and wherever there is an under allocation, how much amount of under allocation is there. That is very important. Secondly, I need this profile usage spreadsheet, so that I'll be able to understand into numbers that how many hours it is over allocated or under allocated, so that I can do the changes. That is manually. But if you want to do it automatically, you will have to go to the tools. There's an option called as level resources. But most of the time or all the time, it will just use all your float, and automatically it will push that particular activity utilizing the complete float of the project. If you do not want that thing to happen, then you have to do it manually. Or if it is okay, utilizing the complete float is fine, then you can do the automatic leveling. Alright, this is all about resource analysis. Okay, still there are 22 people. Right, so now the question is, how do you practice it? How many of you know this, how to do this and all this? You people have to tell me. Please be active. Let me know what you people are doing, because when we did MSP in your college, when last year when I did an MSP training in your college, it was more interactive because I was there in the classroom. I used to go to each and every desk to see that what you people are doing. We used to get into your PCs to see what is understood, what is not understood and all. But here remotely taking every day a class, I'm little hesitant to understand, or not able to understand actually that what is happening. So help me out. If you are not understanding anything, any of the classes have to be taught it in a different way or explained again. I don't know how much you are practicing that also. I'll keep on posting the things whenever, whatever that I am not able to get a extra time that for recording the sessions which has been missed out. But definitely if you give me 1 or 2 days more, probably I'll come with those particular things also and start uploading it. Earlier it was unlisted, as you people told me initially. Now the problem is many people do not have that access also. So I made it as public. At least for few days I'll make it as public, so that you people have a complete access of it. Let me know in any way what I can help you out, so it will be helpful. Alright, so